Alright, what is up guys? JaretCampisi back at the track for another video. I know it's been a little while, but it's finally the stars have aligned and we got like a semi-decent day out here to come down to the track. So today I'm going to be showing you a video on how to improve your starts. I've done a video on how and why to use blocks. I'll put that in the link in the description. This is pretty much everything that happens after you come out of the blocks. So, you know, your acceleration, your drive phase, all the kind of stuff that you should be thinking about. So that's what we're going to be covering in this video. But before we get into that, we wanted to show you stuff that we've been really hard at work behind the scenes, and that is my JCamp clothing line. If you follow me on Instagram, it's just my name at JaretCampisi, then you might have seen some sneak peeks of this kind of stuff. But we finally got samples in and we're so excited to share this stuff with you guys. So I'm just gonna show you quickly what it is. We got these nice hoodies, embroidered logos, just the JCamp logo, zippered pockets. It's kind of like it's like a stretchy cotton almost. So we've been kind of picking and choosing and making adjustments from the manufacturer. We haven't ordered these yet, they're just samples. So what I want to basically do is get your feedback. Tell me what you guys, what items you guys like out of the things that I show you, what sizes you might be and stuff like that, because that'll give us a good idea of when we place an order, how much to get and what color, stuff like that. So this is the hoodie, one of my favorites. It's just so comfortable. It's got a nice hood that works, it's functional on the back. It's got the logo, or I mean the name of the company. We're probably gonna make that a little bit smaller. We're thinking about maybe even making it embroidered, I'm not sure, or just remove it if you guys don't want it there at all. But the hood does cover it, which I think is kind of cool. We also have these joggers, which are, I'm so picky when it comes to running pants and joggers. And so they're just like a standard jogger, but they're very fitted, they're tapered. They have zippered pockets, zippered openings at the bottom. And so they're super functional. Also just an embroidered logo there, nothing else. So they're super clean. We've got extra paneling back here so that when you squat down and you do any kind of running, your pants aren't going anywhere. We also have a larger, what's this, band on them, so that they're like, they stay exactly where they are no matter what you're doing. Like you can literally like do like full stretches in these, and like running, obviously there's no restrictions of range of movement or anything like that, and I absolutely love these joggers. They're also pretty thin. There's some sort of cotton polyester blend with some stretch, and they're just super good. I'm wearing a medium and I just absolutely love these. Another thing that we got was, so again, these are just a sample. Let me know if you guys would rock these joggers, what size you might be, and then that'll give us an idea of what to order, or even if we should order them at all. This is one of the shirts that we have ordered. It's a long sleeve performance t-shirt in gray with just a little logo in there. It's rubber print, so it's gonna stretch, it's not gonna go anywhere. I've had this sample for a long time. And then it just has the Live Inspired on the back, which is the motto of the brand. And this one's already been ordered. They're coming in the next week or two. And then we also got our signature performance t-shirts. Again, we went with black this time. We did the white the first time. We figured let's go with the black. It has a little tag there, the little logo. It has the rubber print, the whole JCamp emblem logo and everything. And again, with the Live Inspired on the back. We adjusted the sizes on these so they're a little bit larger. This is a medium now, it fits me perfect. And we also went with the stretchy kind of cotton, I think it's a cotton spandex blend or something like that. They're fitted. We've adjusted the sizing of the neck, of the openings, of how they fit. They're perfect. So again, let me know if you guys would be interested in any of this stuff. Leave comments below if you have feedback on the gear, what sizes you might pick up, what colors you would want to see in the future, and that's it. So let's get started into this workout. Alright, so I couldn't find my new spikes, so I've got my old spikes I used to wear in college that look like they're from 1990, because they basically are. But anyway, what we're going to be covering in today's video is how to improve your start, okay? And so the first thing that I've been getting asked a lot lately is, which foot should I be putting forward in the blocks? Well, normally I like to say put your dominant foot forward. For me, that's my right foot. But whatever feels comfortable in the blocks. Also, you should be pushing off of both feet, so it shouldn't matter too much which foot is forward. I was a hurdler, so I often had to switch which foot I used forward, so I actually got good at going out of the blocks both ways. But try it yourself. Hopefully in your practices, at some point during your technique days or whatever, your coaches should be lining you guys up so you can do starts together. Try switching your feet and see if you stay next to people that are, you know, better than you, or if you normally beat them. Just play with it, see what works, see what feels best to you. It's all preference, okay? So I'm going to be putting my right foot forward. That's what I feel most comfortable with. We don't have blocks, so I'm just going to be kind of showing you what's going on. Also, this is going to be one of the workouts for my Run Faster program. I'll put that link in the description below. I think this is in the 100-200 program. There might even be a version of it in the 200-400 program as well. But it's basically just like 5 to 8 30-meter sprints, accelerations from a standing start, or using blocks or whatever you have. So I'll simulate a block start. So basically, what we're doing here is we're generating speed, okay? That's the whole point of the acceleration process, okay? The biggest issue that I see with people sprinting is they come up too soon, okay? And there's a bunch of reasons why that happens. Sometimes it's just because you don't have the physical strength in your legs and in your core, or sometimes you just don't know, so you don't have the ability to put yourself in the right position. But when you're coming out of the blocks, you really want to stay as low as possible for as long as possible, because this is what's generating your speed, okay? Another thing is that I'll see is people think when you're coming out of the blocks, you should be taking small steps to generate speed. That's actually not right. You want to actually be taking big steps to generate speed, because you're pushing, and you should be getting full extension on each stride, because that's what's allowing you to use all of that muscle that you built hopefully in the weight room, if you've seen my other videos and stuff like that, when you're squatting, when you're deadlifting, when you're cleaning and jerking and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I'm not saying you should be overstriding, but they should be longer than when you're up into your normal stride. That's when you're turning over a little bit more, okay? So I'll just show you guys a start so you can see what it looks like. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because I'm certainly not, but it'll just give you something to go off of, and I'll talk about things that I'm working on, things that I'm doing, okay? Okay, so I haven't been doing starts. I haven't really been running at all, to be honest. So I just want to talk a little bit about stuff that I felt before I even watched the camera. I had a little bit of a stutter, almost like I was falling, right? Okay, so that's actually a good thing, because when you come out of the blocks, what I used to tell people, and actually I used to tell Christina this all the time too, it should almost feel like you're falling forward, okay? And what keeps you from smacking the ground is taking a step, okay? And pushing, propelling your body forward, okay? You generate speed by pushing into the ground, right? And pushing forward. That's what generates speed. Once you're upright in a running position, like if you just pop right up out of the blocks, it's really hard to generate speed now, because now I'm pushing down at the ground instead of back at the ground like this, okay? So when you're falling forward, if you get that sensation like you're falling, sometimes you will stutter, and you'll even see like really good elite athletes in the 60 meter and the 100 meter, sometimes they'll come out and they'll stutter, and they still have a really good race. It's not like your race is blown away. That's actually better than coming out and just standing straight up and then just watching everyone run by you and you don't know why. It's because you're standing straight up. They're still accelerating and you have now stopped, okay? So you really want to be able to accelerate as long as possible. For me, keeping my head somewhat down, don't run like this, but keeping my head somewhat down and keeping everything in line. So if you look at my logo here, there's a reason that this is a logo. This is literally the first step out of the blocks. So you should see a straight line from the shoulder all the way down to the hip and then down to the foot, okay? That's full extension. That means you're using all of your power out of the start, okay? So think of generating forward, almost jumping out of the blocks and then falling forward and then catching yourself to run, okay? Also, another thing is, some of my best starts I have happen when I'm not trying at 100%. Sometimes when you try like 100 or 110% or whatever, you get really tight, and that tightness will actually shorten your strides. Your legs tend to do what your arms do. So if you're trying super hard and your shoulders get tight and your face is all tight, then you're gonna have a lot smaller strides and you're not gonna be getting that big, nice open extension, okay? So sometimes, and this is something that I really want you to understand, is because it's something that separates good athletes from great athletes. Sometimes running at 90% effort actually allows you to run faster than running at 100% effort. So play with this in practice before you try it in a meet, but even right there when I went out, that was probably like 90% effort, and then when we watched it back on the tape, it actually looked pretty solid form-wise, and it felt really good because I was still able to get that full open big strides, okay? So I'm gonna do another one. This time I'm gonna do it from a standing start, or from a 3-point start, sorry. So if my right foot is forward, all a 3-point start is, instead of being down like you were in blocks right here, if you didn't have blocks, then all you're gonna be doing is, which arm is it? Right here, okay? So all you're gonna be doing is picking up the opposite, your arm that's forward, your leg that's forward, the arm comes up, okay? Because the first thing you're gonna do is this, right? So instead of a normal start, 3-point start, this is really good for like 4x1s, 4x2s. This is the start that you probably should be using, and you should know how to do a 3-point start. Everything else is the same, except you're just picking up and getting up like you were coming out of the blocks, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So if you saw in that 3-point start, a couple of things that I felt before I even watched the tape back. I'm not able to generate as much power off the line in the 3-point start, which makes sense. And also, I come up a lot faster. So people say, should I be using blocks for sprinting events? Absolutely. There's a reason why you're using blocks, because you're able to push off the blocks like this instead of pushing off a ground like this. So it's gonna be a lot easier to generate that forward speed, okay? So always use the blocks if you can, if not 3-point start. And if you can't do a 3-point start, then you can do a standing start or even a falling, well, you wouldn't want to do a falling start in a competition, but I'll do a standing start just so you can see what the difference is there. For some reason, when I do a standing start, I like to stand with my left foot forward. I'm weird like that. So obviously with a standing start, you're able to generate even less speed. You can't stay quite as bent over, so you come up sooner and you're not gonna generate as much speed and acceleration from a standing start. But if that's the best you have, that's the best you have. One other thing that I didn't really touch on is arms. What's happening with your arms, okay? So we know when we're coming out of the blocks, we're pushing with our legs and we're taking those big, strong, powerful steps that are gonna generate speed. With my arms, that's a time when you can really over-exaggerate your arm action, okay? I don't use my arms enough as it is, so when I'm coming out of the blocks, I have to really think about really driving my arms and getting big, strong arms, because that's gonna help power my body forward as well, okay? A lot of people like Gatlin and Tyson Gay will talk about, like, that's the first thing that they think about out of the blocks when they come up and they come out like this. The first thing they think of is throwing their arms, okay? And it's not like running arms, it's kind of like super exaggerated arms, okay? That's what works for me. You can play around with this stuff in practice, but for me, thinking about coming in right here, getting set, and then as soon as you hear that gun, boom, exploding out of the blocks, pushing off both legs, getting in that nice forward position, and then just over exaggerating the arms, taking those big, strong, powerful steps, and then keeping your head down until your body naturally starts to come up, and then you're in a running position. And you'll notice if you don't force yourself, you let the race come to you, it'll put you in such a better position coming out of the blocks, and you'll be in front of people that you might not have been beforehand, because you're using all of your power, all of your speed, your energy efficiently. And that's what track and field is all about, using your energy efficiently. So if you can learn that, you're gonna go a lot farther. So I think that's it for today. I'm gonna do a couple more starts. Again, this is one of the workouts from my Run Faster program. I'll put both of those links in the description below. Take these tips, you know, show it to your friends, show it to your family members who are trying to get faster, and then go into your practice and think about this stuff whenever you're working on your starts with your friends and with your athletes and your teammates, and see what happens when you come out of the blocks. Maybe trying a little less effort, maybe you thinking about just arms one time, maybe another time thinking about big legs, strong, powerful, staying down longer, and then just see what happens. You got to play around with this stuff. It takes time to really let this stuff sink in, okay? I mean, it took me 8 years to learn how to start correctly, so it's not gonna happen overnight. So there you go, guys. That's a video on how to improve your starts. It's crucial, guys. If you can get a good start down and you can get consistent with your starts, they'll really help bring your time down, and you'll really start to notice that you're gonna be beating people that used to beat you. So I think that's it for today. Make sure you like the video, subscribe so you can get notifications when we post videos. Leave comments below if you have questions or concerns. We'll try to get to them. I think we might even do like a answering your track questions in the future. So if you want to drop anything that you guys want to see videos on, or if you have questions about, drop them below, and maybe we'll just do a video just answering questions for you guys. And I think that's it. Until next time, stay fast, my friends.